Hey, Captain Logos here, preacher at large, teaching the word and inspiring 3 minutes at a time. Hey, I had one of those wow moments today where I'm reading the word and just something just popped. It's like, oh man, I didn't realize that. It just thought didn't cross my mind before. But in Genesis 4:4, it says Cain and Abel both gave God an offering, right? But God didn't have respect for Cain's offering, only Abel's. Now, I've heard a lot of preachers and people over the years explaining this verse and trying to figure out, well, why didn't God have respect for Cain's? And they always, the conversation always seems to circle around the offering, the sacrifice, the heart of Cain towards the offering, right? But I don't think it had anything to do with the offering. I've even heard it was the wrong offering. Well, how could it be the wrong offering? You give what you got, right? So I don't think it had anything to do with the offering. That just happened to be a circumstantial circumstance, right? I believe that Cain's heart was the issue, but not towards the offering, right? I believe Cain didn't love his brother or those that were around him. So what's my proof? Well, he did kill his brother, right? That's pretty good proof that he didn't love his brother. He gets a little bit angry. He's mad at God, so he kills his brother. Yeah, there's something wrong with that picture. All right. So, demising that, if he didn't love his brother and he didn't love those that were around him, Cain was not living for God. Yeah, he wasn't living for God. And when you're not living for God, your offerings, right, will never be respected. Remember, it's better to obey than to sacrifice, when Samuel 15:22 declares. And here's a little tidbit. You can't just give an offerings and expect to have a relationship with God, right? There's a lot of people that don't give offerings, and they should, but you can't buy your way to a relationship with God by giving offerings. All right? But now, here's what really caught me this morning, because I was actually in 1 John 3, right? Let's look at 1 John 3, 10 through 12. It says it pretty clearly here, and I'm surprised that more people haven't put this together because it's right here in the Word, right? In this, the children of God and the children of the devil are manifest. Whosoever does not practice righteousness is not of God, nor is he who does not love his brother of God. For this is the message that you heard from the beginning. Now, when the gospel came on the scene, it was all about loving God with all your heart and soul and loving others as yourself, right? For this is the message that you heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. Not, in verse 12, not as Cain, who was of the wicked one. Why was he of the wicked one? Because he wasn't of God. Because he didn't love his brother, he didn't love others people. Not as Cain, who was of the wicked one and murdered his brother. And why did he murder his brother? Because his works were evil and his brothers were righteousness. He wasn't of God. God didn't respect it. It had nothing to do with his offering. Hence, Cain was not living for God. There's the answer to the age-old question of why Cain killed Abel. It's because he wasn't living for God. Now, how about you go live for God and get your face in the Bible?